If you're like me and you already have all of the available fighters, it's time to check out some custom fighters. And today, we've got RoboCop. And here he is, Alex Murphy, aka the RoboCop. So gotta start off with, obviously, the miniature is fantastic. Got it once again from the Meeplesmith. I love them. And they just did an absolutely fantastic job with him. I love all the little details they have with him. Especially these like little spring things on the back of his legs. Just looks so good. So we can quickly compare him with another robotic character from Unmatched. There's not very many. I think it's just the one. And it's only one of his arms that are robotic, but the Winter Soldier here. They both have a gray base. But yeah, Meeplesmith does amazing. I think the proportions match just perfectly. And all you gotta do is just kind of add a black wash to him and he'll look like he's from the game. But you know, I'm probably never gonna put a black wash on any of my characters. I'm just too lazy. But yeah, he looks fantastic. Base is the exact same size as always. The Meeplesmith always just hit it out of the park. Then we also quickly check out his health dial here. The is it OCT Corp or OctCorp? The logo up front there for RoboCop, and he has 17 health, a little spoiler there. And then we can also compare that to the Unmatched ones here. Obviously mine are a little bit smaller, but I couldn't find a punch out that is quite that big. But yeah, looks pretty good. I'm getting a little bit better at doing those cutout windows. So yeah, let's take a look at his hero card here. So for old RoboCop, he is a ranged fighter with 17 health. And he has a move of 1. The only other move 1 we'll have right now so far, because we only have the T-Rex with move 1. And his hero ability here is to reboot. At the start of turn, at the cost of 1 health, you may shuffle your discard pile and place it at the bottom of your deck. So some recursion there. And that's kind of his whole theme, is he has a very small deck, only 15 cards instead of the 30 cards you usually got. But he can just keep reshuffling and putting at the bottom of his deck. But he's also very slow. He has 17 health, so he is a little more beefy. So that helps with him being so slow, and the fact that he has to take 1 damage every time he reboots his deck. But I think it's very worth it, and it's very fun. So let's take a look at his deck here. Real fast, we can check out the card back. A little bit of schmutz on there. So yeah. Very 80s, almost like the 3D glasses look here. He's one of my favorite custom card backs. So starting with his attack here. So for RoboCop, they're all going to be RoboCop since he doesn't have any sidekicks. This is a 3 attack with 2 boost, only 1 copy, and it is Car Ride. Immediately move up to 2 spaces, so that'll help with his only move 1. And then during combat, if you are adjacent to your opponent, the value of this card is 5. After combat, if you lost the combat, discard 1 card. So pretty good. So a 3 up to a 5, kind of like momentous shift, but his whole thing is he's 2 spaces away from you and then uses this card to run up with his Car Ride. I do want to point out real fast, so he only has 15 cards in his deck, and every single one is unique, so there's only 1 copy of each. But with his ability there, every time you use a really good card, at the start of your next turn, you can take 1 damage to bring it right back. It will be at the bottom of your deck, though. But we'll see a card that will kind of help with that. And oh, there it is. Oh, it's OCP Corp. I was close. So this is for RoboCop: 1 attack, 2 boost, 1 copy. Employee of OCP. After combat, instead of discarding it, return this card to the deck and shuffle it. So this one you don't have to reboot because it'll never go to your discard. You just keep putting it back in your deck. The thing that I find interesting is that this one says return to your deck and shuffle it. So this is a great card to have. Let's say you use one of your best attacks or best defenses and you want it back in your deck. It is going to go on the bottom from your hero power there. But this one, when you play it, you'll shuffle your deck. So hopefully you can get it close to the top so you can bring it back. So yeah, so that's his second attack there. And then we have Aim. This is for RoboCop: 3 attack, 1 boost, 1 copy. And then play this card face up. It can target an opponent anywhere on the board. So yeah, once again, he is slow with that move 1, but this one will help you just to shoot him from literally anywhere they are. One of the cards that I always like to try to reshuffle every time I play it. And then we have another attack here, a 4 with 2 boost, 1 copy. Somewhere there is a crime happening. After combat, choose an opposing fighter in a zone other than yours and deal them 1 damage. So obviously you have to be able to play this attack, so definitely you're attacking someone else. So you could attack, a minion and then do 1 damage to the hero, or what I like to do is attack the hero and do 1 damage to a minion that they kind of were, trying to run away. And by minion, I mean like a sidekick. So that's all of his attacks there. So let's look at his defenses. So he has a fiberglass suit with 5 defense, 1 boost, 1 copy, and just plain up 5 defense. So pretty good. Another one that I like to try to get right back in my deck after I play it. And then we have Exposed. This is a 0 defense with 2 boost, 1 copy. After combat, for each damage taken, draw 1 card. It's also pretty good. I mean, he has a lot of damage he can take. He has 17 health, so he can definitely take, 3, 4, 5 damage and still be okay, but then just completely bring his entire hand back. So I really like it. And there we go. Only 2 defense cards there. So let's look at his versatile cards here. This first one is a 1 versatile with 2 boost, 1 copy. Scan analysis. Immediately send your opponent's card back to their hand, consult their hand, and pick a card for them to play. It may be the same. And by consult, that means just look at their hand and choose what you want to play for them. Once again, can be the same card, but it has to be a card that they can play. So pretty good. And this one is an attack and defense, so it can be where they're going to throw a big attack at you. You can, put it back in their hand and get a regroup out, just so you know that they have a big attack that you can defend with, your fiberglass later. And then gotta have the classic, a feint in here. We already know this one. It's a 2 versatile, 2 boost, 1 copy in this deck, and then cancel all effects on your opponent's card. So gotta have one of those. But once again, you can bring this back kind of infinitely, so maybe you'll see it more than once. So this is a 3 versatile with 1 boost, 1 copy. This is the Beretta 93R machine pistol, his classic gun, the one that he's holding in his miniature. And this is after combat, and you may attack for no action, regardless of whether it's your turn. So this is great for defending with, because you defend with it, with the 3, and then you immediately get to take an attack action, even if it's your opponent's turn. So let's say on their first action, they attack you, you defend with this, you attack back, if possible, if you are in range, and then they get to finish their turn after you have attacked. So pretty great. Once again, makes him kind of scary. Even though he's so slow with the 1 move, he is very scary to play against. So this is a 4 versatile. This is Call Me Murphy, old Alex Murphy, with a 3 boost, and it's after combat. If you won the combat, your opponent discards 1 random card. So pretty good. Another versatile here, a 2 with a 3 boost. This is Lost Humanity. During combat, you may boost this card. And if you may have noticed in his deck here, he does have some good boosts. There's a 3 there. Couple of 2s. I believe we saw a 4 earlier. Oh, no, but maybe we'll see a 4 in there. I think I remember a 4 boost. And then this is a 5 versatile. This is Cobra Assault Cannon with a 1 boost. And this is after combat. If you won the combat, every enemy fighter in your opponent's zone is dealt 2 damage. And it's your opponent's zone. So once again, you're ranged. So if your opponent's standing in multiple zones, you could shoot him and it just spreads out to every zone that he's in. They all take 2 damage. So very good card. Once again, want to reboot, want to bring her right back. And then OCP Technology. This is our first scheme here, a boost of 3. So maybe there's no 4 boost. I think I just imagine that, but 3 boost still pretty good. This is draw 2 cards, move up to 2 spaces. So pretty good. Another one that I love to reboot for. I think just about every card in here is pretty good. Next scheme here is a 1 boost, and this is Prime Directives. And this is 1, reveal your hand to the other players, and then 2, restore 1 health to you or an ally, and then 3, deal 1 damage to an opposing fighter. So kind of likes to do a lot of things there. And then our last card, this is the Repair Center scheme. There we go, 4. I knew it was somewhere. And once again, with the 4 boost here, even though you're discarding it to use it as a boost, you can reboot and bring this card back. So pretty good. And this is restore 2 health to your fighter and gain 1 action, which is great because since you will be rebooting and taking 1 damage every time, you want to get some health back. But that's the only health regain, but you can probably play this card a couple times and keep rebooting. So yeah, so that is RoboCop. Let's take a look at my final thoughts. So RoboCop is kind of a simple one today. He is one of those just not super flashy, but just kind of great characters. I mean, a 15 card deck, you just keep reshuffling it back in there and keep reusing it. And then his downside is that he moves so slow. But a lot of times I've seen a couple of times where he's defended with the card here, the defense card that makes you draw. This one here, the exposed. For each damage taken, draw 1 card. I've seen it where he took 7 damage, had to draw 7 cards, did not have enough cards, took like 8 damage from the cards he was drawing, and then died. So yeah, he definitely has some weaknesses, but he's a to me, very balanced, very fun character. So if you want to get this character for yourself, the miniature I got here for Alex Murphy, I got from the Meeplesmith. And then I also got the health dials here from Board Games Maker. I got it right this time. Board Games Maker. It is just the, I believe, 2-inch round punch out, and then I just cut out this little window there, and then cut a little punch out for the middle, and use the kind of a spare Unmatched holder there. So yeah, I'll leave the artwork for this in the description, so you can just use the same one. You don't have to remake it like I did. And then the deck here, I got printed at Board Games Maker. I keep wanting to say it the opposite way. I got this one also made at Board Games Maker. I'll leave a description for which one to purchase. And then if you want the artwork to use, it is from the creator Riff. Here is his Unmatched.cards. I'll leave a link to him as well. So that you can get the deck here as well as the hero card. His card back, I don't think he finished one. It's just a white image with a picture of RoboCop there. So I will also leave a description to the card back that I made for it, so if you want to print it for yourself. So yeah, that's just about it. I gotta go. My toast is burning.